Okay, welcome everybody to today's class, the first class that we're doing remotely, that I'm doing remotely, but I'll be live streaming every day during normal class time. So if you're also online with me at the same time, you can just pop in to chat with me, and I can answer your questions in real time if you have a question about the assignment or what I'm doing today. And if not, you can also, if you're viewing this later after class, you can also just email me with questions. So I thought what I would do on Friday, if you looked at Friday's lesson, there were only a couple people in class, so most of you were not in class. But Friday we talked about leasing a vehicle, so we did lesson 7 on Friday, leasing a vehicle. I thought today I would just go over the assignment, and I guess just do the assignment question by question, so you can see exactly how I got answers. I found this to be quite an involved assignment because there's so many steps when you're leasing a car. So let's start assignment 7. So it's on page 33 of your booklet. And again, we're leasing a car. State 2 reasons why a person might lease instead of buying a car. Again, there are many answers possible. One reason to lease, that the monthly payment is usually lower, right? The monthly payment of a lease is usually lower. Than the monthly payment when purchasing a car, when buying a car. Okay, so that's one reason. Another reason is you might be able to claim an income tax deduction. For a lease payment. And again, if you use the leased car for your job. Okay, so that's if you are self-employed or you have a job where you have to drive, you may be able to claim that lease payment and lower the amount of income tax you have to pay. There are many other reasons. So if you think of different reasons, you can check those with me, either email them to me or through the chat if you want. All right, let's do number 2 now. Lauren is looking to lease a 2019 Chevrolet Cruze. She sees an ad that shows a lease price of $283 a month for 60 months and no down payment. What is the lease payment after taxes? If they just give you the lease payment without taxes, then you have to add the taxes in. So the lease payment with tax would be $283. Both taxes would be applied to the lease payment. That's 12%. So $283 with 12% added on to it. The quick way we're doing it, remember, if I multiply by 1.12, it does that final addition process for me, so I don't have to do an extra step. So $316.96 is the after-tax lease payment. Okay, I'm just going to move my book out of the way for now so I have lots of room to write. But you can just look at your booklet right when I'm working through. Part B says calculate the total amount paid to lease this car for 60 months. Okay, so that means I take my lease payment, multiply it by the number of months, right? So that would be 60. So $316.96 times 60 for 60 months it would be $19,017.60. Okay. This is the total cost to lease. Because once again, she didn't have a down payment. She just had to lease that amount per month. So that's it. The next question is number 3. And I still don't see anyone chiming in to chat with us. So I'm just going to keep going. Number 3. Samira is going to lease a car. She'll pay $372 per month after taxes for 3 years. So $372.80. This is the after-tax monthly cost. I don't have to add tax in because the taxes have already been added. Okay. This is the after-tax lease cost. This means that taxes have already been added on. Okay, so now it asks number 3, calculate the total cost to lease. I guess I didn't need a part A because this is just one question. I'm just going to erase that. So total cost to lease, I'm going to take my monthly lease cost, $372.80 for 3 years. So this time I have to multiply by the number of months and the number of years. And that's going to give me a total of put a down payment in, and the down payment, this is the total of the lease payments. And then the down payment was $1,800. So the total cost for her is going to be oh, sorry. I just goofed, didn't I? No, that's right. Sorry. Times 12 times 3. Sorry about that. I get 15,220.80. Okay, and I think there's an error in the back of the book, to be honest. Okay, so she's making $372.80 for 12 per month for 3 years. I'm just going to double check my numbers again. 372.8 times 12 times 3 plus 1,800. Yeah, so this is the answer I get. I think there might have been an error in the back of the book. So total cost to lease. Okay. So that was correct. I didn't make an error. Sorry about that. Sorry about all the scribbling. All right. So the only difference between number 2 and number 3, number 2 didn't have a down payment, so all we had to do is calculate the total of the lease payments. Number 3 had a down payment, so we had to add the down payment on. So let's take a look at number 4. Number 4. A 2019 Dodge Ram has an initial value of $35,890. After a 2-year lease, this truck has 65% residual value. Calculate the residual value. Okay. So the residual value, once again, if you look at your notes, it's what the truck is worth after the lease is over. So this lease was only for 2 years. So to find the residual value, we take the value of the truck. So this was the cost to purchase the truck. After 2 years, it's only worth 65%. Okay, so $35,000 is the initial cost. Okay, to find the residual cost, what we have to do is we have to find 65% of 35,890. Okay, so how I've explained it in class. So you can either, if you're one of the people who put 65, this number ends up being 65 over 100, right? Some people do that. Some people just move the decimal over twice. So I think at this point we're comfortable with either way. So I have to find 65% of this amount. So mathematically, how I would always do that in class is I would take 0.65 of means times 35,890. And I get a value of 2332850. And this is the residual cost. Now, that residual cost is quoted to a potential buyer, whoever leased the vehicle. When they take it back after the lease is over, they have the option to purchase it. So this is what the dealer would charge that person who was leasing the car if they wanted to buy it. You don't have to buy the car, but a lot of people end up buying the car. So now finally it says calculate the total cost to purchase after taxes. Well, we take the residual cost, and then because you're buying from a dealer, both taxes are applied, right? So we take this residual cost and we just multiply by taxes. And we get $26,127.92. And this is it's the residual cost, but it's residual cost after taxes. The after tax residual cost. Okay. All right. So hopefully, oh, yay, I've got some. Stevie's. Just responding to Sadie, I guess I could just ask you, but I'll type this in so it stays online. It said it was the after-tax cost. Whoops. That means that the tax computer's really slow. Okay. So I'm just going to send that to you. So I think there might have been an error because it does say in number 3, if we just look at number 3 again, Sadie, it says shall pay $372 after taxes. So that does mean it was the after-tax cost. So I'm not sure what happened there. I think there might have been an error in the back, so I can't figure it out. Also, how is the unit test going to work? That's a good question. I think I might give you a practice test, or I might actually give you a test online. Maybe I'll do that. I'll post a test, and you guys can just complete answers and email them in to me if you want. I'm not really sure if you have the capabilities of doing that, or I might do a practice test. I'm still trying to work that out. We're hoping that we can come back after the break. And if we can't come back after the break, then we'll have to figure something out. Okay, so let's do number 3. So Sadie, look at this one. My number 3 says, Samir is going to lease the car. She'll pay $372 taxes. So I don't know, maybe, does your book say something different? Take a look again, okay? Okay, I'm gonna go on, and Sadie's asked me about Google Classrooms. We don't have a Google Class set up. It's a little harder to send stuff, math stuff online through Google Classroom. So I'll try and figure something out and I'll respond to you in a little bit, okay? Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. I can still send things through the blog. I can send assignments and practice tests and stuff. Okay, so you know what? I'm getting a message that yours says, I'm going to double check. Thanks. Maybe I have a different book from you guys. Okay, I'm just going to show you what I have here in my paper. If you guys can check in, please, Tiana and Sadie. This is my number 3. Does this look like your number 3? I'm just going to double check you guys. Thanks, ladies. I'm going to change this because I see that yours is different than mine. I'm not sure. If you guys could double check, like, I don't know why my book is different. My book says June 2019. So maybe you could check the date that yours is printed and let me know. And I'll double check to make sure I have all the right books. So if that's the case, for 1.112. So we should have got an answer of this, right? For part, so it should be 41754. Sorry about that. Hopefully this won't happen a lot. And then this ends up giving us a grand total of, I'll make this neater when I, so this gives us our 16,831.44. Okay, better? Okay, so you know what, you guys? I'm going, here, I'll do, okay, this is the one, obviously there's a different book, so this is the one I'll use from now on. Thank you. Okay. So, let me just do this. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other book then. I'm going to switch to the April 2019. I thought you guys had June 2019, but you don't. Okay, so hopefully, thank you so much for being online. You've saved me a lot of grief from other people, I think. Okay, hopefully let's get back to normal now, okay? Yeah, okay, see, yours is different than mine before. Okay, so let's do number 5 then. Now I know for sure I'm doing the right question. Number 5, a Volkswagen Beetle can be leased for $405 plus taxes. That means I have to add taxes on each month for 36 months. A down payment of $1,275 must also be paid. Calculate the total cost to lease the vehicle over the 36-month term. Okay, so let's try this. So now they're not really guiding me along, right? I have to kind of figure everything out, just do all steps myself. So I've got 405 plus taxes for 36 months. So first thing, 405 times 1.12, and that gives me 453.60. This is the lease cost per month. Okay, and now for 36 months. So I take this 453.60 times 36. And I get 16,329.60. Okay, and that is the total cost to lease the vehicle over the 36-month term. Okay. For the lease, and then a down payment of $1,275 must also be paid. So plus $1,275. I should probably do this with my calculator because I don't trust myself today. 17,604.60 is the total cost to lease. So remember, when you do total cost to lease, that's total cost to lease over 3 years. And then at the end of that 3 years, that person takes the vehicle back, like the Volkswagen Beetle back, and then they either decide that they're going to buy it for the residual value, or they just return the car and they get a new car. They can lease a new car. Okay, so hopefully that one's okay. That was pretty straightforward, I think. Let's move on to the next question then. A car can be leased for $425 plus taxes. So again, the plus taxes means that I have to add. Sorry guys, I'm going to try and close my blind. Give me a sec to close the blind so the light doesn't keep shining through. Okay, hopefully that's a bit better. So number 6, we have got 425. I have to add the tax in. Again, it's for 3 years, 36 months. Or the person has a choice. They can lease it for $388. So a lower amount, but it is for a longer time period, right? And that's what happens. We found that in mortgages as well. If we reduce our lease cost, instead of paying $425, if we drop it to $388, that lowers your payment, but that just means you have to pay it longer, right? Give one reason a person might select the 3-year lease and one reason why a person might select the 4-year lease. Okay, well, I guess we've kind of answered, maybe we sort of answered the question. I'm not sure what the back says, but one reason, I don't know, does anyone have whoops. I just have to find my chat again. Does anyone have a reason online that they can say? I don't know what the back says because I'm not going to flip to the back. It'll disrupt but one of the reasons could be a lower payment. Might be more manageable. budget-wise for the person, right? So that might be a reason. One reason is, well, if they pay the higher amount, like let's just quickly check this. I'm just going to do this quick. So we've got 425. So if I do the 425 times 1.12 times 36, right, for 3 years, we get a total of 17,136. So the 3-year plan would be a total of 17,136. Now they're not asking me to do this, but I'm just doing this as a rationale. The 4-year plan, what we would do is we would take the 388 times 1.12 times 48, right? That would be 48 months. And we end up paying 2085888. Okay, so you can see the difference. The 3-year plan, you pay less because you're paying it off quicker. You're paying less interest, just like the house and the mortgage thing. So a lower payment might be more manageable budget-wise, but a higher payment, and that's the 3-year plan, means you pay less interest. Okay. So hopefully that's okay. And of course, there are other answers. For sure, there are other answers. If you can think of some, you can let me know. You can just chat through if you want. So let's do, I guess, number 7. Number 7, Luke is looking to lease a 2019 Mazda CX-3. The lease agreement shows payments of $388 plus taxes per month for 5 years, no down payment. Calculate the lease payment after tax. Okay, so the lease payment after tax is going to be my 388 times 1.12. So that will be $434.56. Okay, so that's my answer for part A. Oops, there's my cents here. Calculate the total cost to lease. All right, no down payment. So that means it's going to be $434.56. For 5 years. So 12 months for 5 years. So that's going to give me $26,073.60. Residual value, once again, that is the amount that the person will pay if they want to purchase the vehicle after the lease is over. If they love the vehicle or want to keep it, they have to pay the residual value to the dealer. If the residual value is $14,900, calculate the total cost after taxes. Well, remember, you're purchasing the vehicle from a dealer, so that means both taxes apply, right? So we do our $14,900, and I get $16,688. 0 cents is the residual cost. And then part D, calculate the total cost to lease the car for 5 years and buy it outright at the end of the lease. Okay, well, that means this person, and then this is buying the car, buy the car after lease is over. So the total cost to do that would be adding these two up, right? So I have $26,073.60 plus $16,688.00. And that gives me a total of $42,761.60. Okay, so that would be the total cost to lease and then buy it outright. So hopefully you guys are doing okay. Let's try number 8. That was a big question. Let's try number 8 now. A new car costs $24,800 before taxes. It can be leased with a down payment of $1,500 and monthly lease payments of $437 plus taxes for 24 months. The residual value is 80% after 2 years. Find the total cost to lease, then purchase. So this is the same question as number 7. I mean, different numbers, but it's asking us to do the same things. So let's see. First, I have to find my lease payment, right? My lease, $437 times 1.12. So that's going to give me $489.44. Okay, and now it says for 24 months. So I'm going to take this number and multiply by 24. So multiply by 24. And that gives me $11,746.56. Total cost to lease. Okay, so then there's that. Now you're also going to purchase the vehicle. So the residual cost is, so let's see, it's going to be I have to add in my down payment too. Plus the down payment. So plus 1,500. I'm running out of room here. Is 13,246.50. Sorry, this is my total cost to lease. Residual cost is $24,800 times 80%, right? 80% of 24,800 is 19,840. And then that's going to be times 1.12. There's so much calculations in each one of these, right? So that's going to give me 22,220.8. I'm going to go to a new page. I don't know if you guys... I don't know if you guys are still online or not. Hopefully you are. Okay, so let's finish up number 8. Got to go to a new piece of paper because it's so big. So the final question for number 8 is continued, sorry. So the total cost for this question would be $13,246. This is cost to lease. And then 22,220.80 cost to buy after the lease. And that's going to give us 3,546,736. Okay, should be the okay, so let's do I guess let's do number 9. A new truck costs $33,850. It can be leased with a down payment of $1,800 and a monthly lease payment of $406 plus taxes for 4 years. The residual value of the truck is 55% after 4 years. Calculate the total cost to lease. So it's the same question, really, except just different numbers. Let's try this one, and then I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to ask if you want me to do number 10 or leave it till tomorrow. So let's try this. The new truck costs $33,850. The lease payment after tax would be $406 times 1.12. And that gives us $454.72. For 4 years. So 454 times 4 is 2182650. So this is the total of all the lease payments. And I'll add the down payment in as well of $1,800. So that gives a total of $23,626.56. So this is the total cost to lease. And then we've got the residual value, 55% of 33. Okay, so residual value. $55 of $33,850. Okay, so we do that like always. This will be 0.55 of means multiply. So I get $18,617.50. Okay, so this is the cost to buy the car. So again, it asked the total lease then to purchase the vehicle. Okay, so this is the residual value, but now I have to multiply by my taxes, right? And that gives us $20,851.60. Okay, so finally, just like I did in number 8 previously, so the total cost to lease then buy I have to add these two numbers together, 2362656 and $20,851.60. And we get $44,478.16. So that's the final answer for number 9. So it's already 22. I know there's one more question to do, but it's very long, and I think I would run out of time today. So I think I'm going to leave number 10 till tomorrow and maybe give you a chance to work on it if you haven't already. I do have another class starting at 12 o'clock. That's why I have to kind of wrap it up now, but I don't see any other comments. So I don't know if you guys are still commenting. But let me know if that works or not. So I think I'll end it there for today, everyone. Thank you so much for hopping on to live chat, and please keep doing it. I will take pictures of this, and I think I can convert them to PDFs and put them up on the blog as well. Now keep checking the blog, because anytime if I want an assignment or like a pre-test, or maybe I'll end up posting a test online and then you can just take a picture and submit it that way. Perhaps I'll see if I can upload my stuff to a Google Classroom later on if we end up going longer than a couple of weeks, which it looks likely. But let me know. So I'm going to stop there for today, and we'll finish up number 10 tomorrow. So I'll end the stream and then I'll post this. I do have another class coming right after this, so I won't be able to post all this stuff for an hour or two. But just keep checking back on the blog, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.